Hello, beautifuls. Welcome to Tarot Between Sisters. Today we're going to do something a little bit different and interesting. So in my mediumship circle, there's a woman there that gave me a crystal reading. So she picked it was a rock reading actually, because she picks rocks wherever she goes, and so she's got a quite big selection of them. And she picked one and then gave me a reading out of it. And I was just thinking oh, what a cool thing to do. So I have all of my tins of crystals, and I'm just going to close my eyes. And we're going to do okay, I want to put this in somewhere. And we're just going to do a general, okay, and then we're going to do this somewhere too. Just a general crystal reading and just see how it goes. Why not, right? It's fun. It's a tool. Let's do this. Okay. La, 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 and I don't really know, and I'm just going to actually, no, I'm not going to because my eyes are closed. Okay, where am I guided to go? An empty hole. Okay. Ooh, black kyanite. Okay, what are you telling me, Mr. Crystal? Okay, so I am feeling, first of all, I'm looking at all of the light kind of shining and sparking off of this. So I think that you are a very sparkly person. I feel that you come into a room and people want to look at you, and and sometimes you can feel a titch uncomfortable because people watch you. People look at you and you're like, why? Do I have something in my nose? Do I got a booger? But it's that there's just many little sparkly facets that happen. And so it's just intriguing to look at someone that's sparkly. Look at, do you see all that that's happening? It's sparkly, but it's also smooth. So I feel that you are actually someone that puts time into their appearance. This to me is all the feathers are put in place. There's not a lot of ruffling that happens. And even if you do get ruffled, I find that you hide it very well. There's not a lot of visual cues that you're uncomfortable, which is okay for you because that's how you feel safe. But then it's hard too, because then you can shut down a little bit. And then when it is time to revisit a hurt, you tend not to do it. So that is that. But yeah, everything's preened and everything is there's not a hair out of place. The outfit's always matching. The clothes look good. You present yourself in I feel like things are very fluid. There's not a lot of things that you you don't dress ratty and then tell somebody that they should clean their act up. Does that make sense? So your words do back up how you present yourself. So if you're giving someone the recommendation, maybe if you're not feeling that good, maybe put on some makeup and dress nice, right? And I know that's a very physical way of telling someone to feel good, but honestly, when I have my makeup on, I'm like, damn, girl, you're looking good. I do feel that without makeup on as well. But makeup gives you a certain, your shoulders go back a little bit more, yeah, I'm looking good. And just putting time into yourself can make you feel nice. And so I feel if you were to give that advice to someone, they would take it because they're okay, this woman or man puts time into their appearance and I can tell that they feel good. I can tell they feel good about themselves. So I would take that advice from you. You know what I mean? So you're not giving advice that you yourself don't follow. So there's a continuousness, you don't contradict yourself. Contradict yourself? Yeah. I'm drawn to the fact, so if you look at this crystal, it's starting at one point and then it flays out from this. So I think that you are very creative. I think that you have an idea and all of a sudden it's oh shit, it's popping. Oh my God, I can go here and I can go there and I can go this and I can go that and I go here and go na, which is fantastic because it's super creative. But at the same time, it can be a little distracting for you because you are getting so many ideas that it's hard to rein it in and focus on one to go forward with that. So there's a tendency of maybe giving up on things a little bit too early because you can't quite decide on one thing. So then it seems kind of impossible to do because there's just so much. But you are if you were in a brainstorming session with somebody, you would be a crucial part of that brainstorming session because you would even if no one liked the ideas, you would be the one continuously being able to say the ideas. And it's funny, notice I'm tripping over my words. So I think that there's a tendency too, because your brain works so fast with this creativity that your mouth doesn't quite spit it out in enough time. So there's a tendency to fumble over your words a little bit, The funny thing though, is that you don't seem to mind. Like you have the confidence enough with what you're saying and what you're doing that you don't really care that you fumble. You kind of, and then you keep on going with it. It doesn't shut you down. When you get in that creative outlet, like that's your comfort spot, baby. That is what you know. That is what you love. That is what makes you feel comfortable, is when you are in that creating mode. Oh, it's funny. I see you in a boardroom. Like I see you in a boardroom brainstorming with people. And like, you would be great at advertising. Like there's something that you click into what people kind of want and what they need to hear, to see, to buy something. So like you're very in touch with the way that someone thinks. So I don't find that you're like an exec person that's like above everybody, that you don't have your boots on the ground and that you're not with normal people enough. Like I see you at a pub. I see you going to a pub and drinking amongst people and like gathering information and like, so you want to be with the people. There's not this separation that I feel like you're like, no, I need to be with the people because I need to know how the people think, that sort of thing. So like you literally could be in advertising, or something in that realm where you need to know how the common person think, right? Like you need to go to the pubs, you need to go to somewhere that you can watch, and not the clubs. It's too loud. And you're not sitting in the champagne room away from everybody. You're like in the pub watching everyone and observing everyone and gathering information, so that helps you then with your creativity. So your creativity, when you're giving these ideas, they're not unfounded. They are based on real situations. So again, which makes people would believe you. People would follow what you say, because it's not this, it's not full of hot air, right? You're getting this information from being in the situation. And so you know exactly what needs to happen in said situation. What else am I getting from this? So there is this like thing across. So like there's this flow that happens, and then all of a sudden there's this. So that tells me that you do not give up. That even if something stops you, you are very easily rerouting yourself. Like, you know, when you go on, I just got Google Earth, or like our Siri chick that helps us drive, get to places. If you said something to her and then you do the address, whatever, and then let's say you're like, I don't like that, there's too much traffic, I'm gonna take this right turn, and then right away they're like recalculating. And then almost instantly you have this new route that you're gonna take. That's what I find this. Again, it doesn't shut you down. You're a very confident person in your own abilities. And so if something comes to block you off, you're like, that's okay, I got 10 other ideas to go this other way too. So this isn't gonna stop me. So you're very resilient. You don't give up, which in this world, I'll tell you, it takes resilience, because giving up is not rewarded, that's for sure. So yeah, you just seem to have your stuff figured out a little bit. Like I find that, like I said, even when stuff crosses your path, you tend to just go, no, we're gonna keep on going through this. No, I got 10 more ideas for that. This isn't gonna stop me, we're gonna keep on going. So yeah, do I got anything else? Okay, relationship wise. So there's this like little split right here. And so I find that it's either hard to stay in a relationship or stay interested in the relationship that you're in, because you work faster than most people. And so it's hard to keep your interest peaked, because you're already 40 steps ahead and they're just getting out of bed. And so, but then it's hard too, because then if you get with someone with the same energy as that, there's a tendency to try to outdo each other, and it's just very draining because you can't work on that level all the time. So there is a tendency in relationships to get bored. The crystal says it, not me, man. Not me, not me. So yes. So I also got this too. There's a titch. So like, even if you're like, you are in touch with people because you need to know how they think, but there's like a titch more compassion that you could have for the slower people, like a titch. Because you're, like I said, you're so far ahead that when you're talking to someone that isn't there, you have a tendency to talk over them, or to not allow them to have their minute, because you're like, I already thought of this like 20 steps ago. So just have a little bit more compassion that not everyone works as fast as you do, okay? And you'll just find that actually will help the relationship quite a bit. Just have like, not everyone works as fast as you do, babe. You gotta let them catch up. All right, I think that was super successful. I think that we're gonna try to do that more often. That was awesome. Black kyanite, baby. Isn't that awesome? Love it. Not surprised that I found that though, because I had a crow in my dream last night come and land on me. And that is super significant. I used the crow tarot in my other videos today, and this has always reminded me of a crow wing. So my crows are coming in strong. They're coming in hot for support. Hot. All right, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Can't remember what I was gonna say next. Choose love, then choose love again. Be compassionate to yourself and be compassionate to others. Mwah! Have a great day. Bye.